Yeah, that's right. We're out being party animals. We're traversing the globe. I'm out on yachts, on the reg, right? Sipping champagne, living the life. That's what I'm doing. And Alan is probably doing some weird sex tourist stuff. You're listening to Diminishing Returns, the podcast about sequels, prequels, spin-offs, and reboots. I'm Chris Scott, and across from me, it's the one taste of ginger that I always like. It's Mr. Alan Johnson.
How do pod people?
We are back in the basement, but this is a shortened episode because we don't really care enough to do a full one when we're going on holiday. So this was recorded previously with some extra trailers. You know what that means, guys? Despite the fact that I'm yachting around the world with the glitterati, with the bloggerati, with a Maserati, okay, we're still going to bring you some trailer talk. Bam, bam, bam. Yeah, Al, would you want to talk about?
I would like to talk about the new entry in the DC cinematic universe, the Joker.
Ah, yes. This is about how he became a gangster of love.
That's right. Joaquin Phoenix stars a gentleman called Maurice.
Lovely. We are, of course, doing lots of wonderful references to the Steve Miller Band's song, The Joker, which is the same title, you see, guys. The same title as a film called The Joker. That's why it's the same. It's got the same words in it. Except this is about the dude from Batman, the Joker. You know, he makes his criminal empire on the run. So there's been a teaser trailer that was released months ago, and we're talking about it now because we need content. What do you think, Al?
A lot of my feelings about this project was hangover from the Suicide Squad and Jared Leto's performance as the Joker. This sounded...
Because this is also a Hangover sequel. Todd Phillips, the guy from The Hangover's doing it.
What? Really? Yeah, so when I heard about this film, I really thought, fuck this. I am not interested in the slightest. And then I saw this trailer with this weird retro aesthetic, beautiful imagery, amazing soundtrack, and the juxtaposition with what's going on screen. Holy fuck. I'm so in for this film.
It looks great. It looks great, doesn't it?
I can't believe how excited I now am for this. And I'm very much one for, I don't need a Joker backstory. Like, we've had Killing Joke in the comic books. That's enough for me. There's still enough mystery there. It doesn't have every question answered. So many prequels make this mistake of over-explaining.
So we're either going to be super disappointed.
Oh, I mean, absolutely.
Like, when it's just like that's the first 5 minutes and the rest is like, I'm an evil guy. Yeah. But yeah, it looks really interesting, weird, and fucked up. And actually, a man Joaquin Phoenix, the Dark Phoenix himself. So I just recently saw what's the film where he attacks cunts with a hammer?
You Will Never Really Hear.
Yeah. So I just saw You're Never Really Here, and it was great.
It is
and he's amazing.
And
I'm just like, I'm 100% back in the Joaquin Phoenix train. I'm like, yeah, put him in loads of stuff because he's this brooding fucking absolute badass motherfucker, and I'm into it. Also, I think that there should be more films that, you know, make it very clear that clowning is weird, right? Like,
Right.
I need to. I need to be fucking real talk here. You know, I'm in the comedy community barely. And at last year's Scottish Comedy Awards, where I was robbed, by the way.
Okay.
But no, listen, I was at the Comedy Awards, right? Scottish Comedy Awards. Don't mean to brag. So anyway, I was just happy to be nominated, guys. Honest, I'm not better at all. And I met a friend outside. You know, not seen her for a while. I was like, "How you getting on?" Good. And the person that was with her, and he's like, "Oh, you're a comedian or an improviser?" And I was like, "Actually, yeah, I do stand up and I do improv." And I said, "What do you do?" And he says, "I'm a clown." And he said it with no shame. Like, that was a normal. I just was like, I can't talk to this person who's a clown, who says like the thing you say to people. Look at this clown. You know what I mean? This clown motherfucker right here. And he was like, oh yeah, that's me. Those are compliments. I went to clown school, right? And again, I know I'm going to alienate a lot of people that I know here. And
it's large clown listenership.
True. But I know a lot of people in like improv and that, and they do clown classes and go clowning, and it's like, it's actually a rich tradition. It's a rich tradition of you being weirdos, being fucking creepy weirdos. Anyone that does clowning is a fucking weirdo. I'm in for this trailer. So cool. But yeah, this looks great. We're both 100% in.
Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix, Robert De Niro, Francis Conroy, Brian Tyree Henry, Zazie Beetz. What a cast. I'm in.
I know it's like two of those names, and yeah, I'm in. I've never heard of this Robert De Niro fellow you speak of. I'm sure he's quite good.
He graduated magna cum laude from a clown school.
Oh yeah, probably. Yeah, I'm not gonna find out that every person I've ever respected has went to fucking Claude Fucknuts clown school.
Yeah, whatever the Harvard equivalent of clown.
That is
college
like a
is.
famous clown guy. See, I know about this because of fucking the people I hang about with in the.
Have you ever watched that Zach Galifianakis show, Baskets?
No.
Oh fuck, it's heartbreaking. He's a rodeo clown, but he wants to be like a true clowny clown. Oh, it's amazing.
So anyway, listen, fuck clowns. Apart from the insane clown posse,
No, fuck those guys. They don't know how magnets work.
nobody does, mate.
And
Nobody does.
my issue is that they don't want to know how. They're just like, here's a bunch of questions we have. We don't want the answers to them because we believe in God now.
They're not the sane clown posse. So what's next in the old trailers?
So this franchise, much like a machine that cannot be killed, is just relentlessly moving forward whether we like it or not. We now have Terminator Dark Fate.
It's weird that there's gonna be a new Terminator film, but check it out, guys. It's gonna sound like an ice cream flavour. That should be a Magnum Dark Fate. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck is going on, guys? Judgment Day, cool as fuck.
Yeah.
Now we're like Genesis, but we can't spell, and now it's fucking ice cream flavours. Interestingly, it took me a wee minute to go, oh, that's that Bjork song, Hunter on the soundtrack.
Yeah.
Which is actually a good choice.
Yeah,
Usually
in,
kind of
the slow cover
versions I'm not a fan of, but I was like, actually that kind of, it starts with like some cool stuff on like a highway or a freeway. What's the difference in a highway and a freeway?
Don't know.
Nobody knows, and I don't want to know the answer because like my friends, the Insane Clown Posse, nobody will ever find this out, so there's no way to know. So there's stuff on like, let's just call it a big road, and I was like, you know what, this kind of looks quite cool, trucks and Terminators, okay, I'm kind of alright with this. And Linda Hamilton turns up and she looks all cool as fuck.
Shows up like Arnie, or like Jamie Lee Curtis did in the new Halloween film. Like, she shows up ready to kick ass.
Yeah, kick arse. Come on, man. Jesus Christ. This is you and your Americanisms fucking take you out of the trash. Seriously though, why do you hate your country? Why do you hate your country, Al?
Heart disease.
That's the reason you hate our country. It's because you don't have a heart, you bastard. I love this country, and I'm sorry that Alan hates it and probably works against it in some sort of spying capacity. Sarah Connor rocks up, fucking ready to rock and roll, shoot motherfuckers. Cool. She's fucking still there. She still looks cool as fuck. The action at least seems to be a bit more kind of hinting towards the sort of stuff that we've seen before, and this, but in a good way, like a kind of, this is what Terminator films are all about. And then later on in the trailer, there looks to be some terribly CGI'd airplane crash stuff happening. I kind of just went, there's just going to be loads of like dumb CGI bits that are not going to be filmed with the elan that James Cameron can do it with. Because when he shoots blue people having hair sex, which is what happens in the Avatar films, real story if you've not seen it, it's done very well. I've got kind of mixed feelings about it because although James Cameron is producing this one, it's Tim Miller, is it, from Deadpool?
Yeah, Deadpool, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. If you say to me there's a Terminator sequel directed by the guy who directed Deadpool, Linda Hamilton's back, Arnie's back.
Yep, we didn't even mention that. But like, there's a lot there to hope that it's going to be good, and there's enough in the trailer to make me go, it doesn't look terrible.
Also, it doesn't look like it's going to be tying itself in knots the way that Salvation and Genesis had with timey-wimey stuff.
Yeah.
This looks just like this little girl has some impact on the future, so we've sent back a Terminator to kill her, but the other team have also sent back a Terminator to protect her. Classic formula.
Yeah.
We've got a lady Terminator, we've got a new liquid Terminator.
A lady Terminator. Well, is there anything they won't take? Oh, is this where social justice Terminator?
And we've got Arnie in a cabin in the woods, and I really hope that he is like a previous Terminator who's just been aging out.
Yeah, well, they do have like a skin, human skin over a skeleton, as discussed in the films. I kind of hope he is just like an old Terminator, and he's like, terminating is a young man's game.
Yeah.
I just like to watch my stories. I want your clothes, your boots, and your fish oil for the omega-3. It is good for my bones.
Yeah, so weirdly, after the absolute nightmare that was Genesis, I'm in. I think in the rules of am I in or am I out, I'm in.
It's binary, man. You know what else is binary? Robots. I'm in, but obviously it's a worry because it's Terminator, and they made two of the greatest films ever made, and then some other Terminator films. So we're both in for Terminator Dark Fate, so it means we've got one trailer left.
Yeah.
What I like is that people make the best of themselves. I like it when when somebody's like, no matter what your background is, so you try and get better, you go to medical school and you become a doctor. Dr. Sleep. I'm assuming this is a film about a doctor, you know.
It's about Wayne Sleep pursuing a doctorate.
And then he maybe moves to like a small town and finds love.
Yes.
Cool. Oh well, that's our trailer talk.
Sets up a small dog grooming business.
Yeah.
And he finds rescue Terminators and he brings them,
Oh, doggo Terminators.
And helps them find new
Bark,
meaning
bark.
once they've terminated.
Oh my God. Bark, bark. Ewan McGregor is the star of Doctor Sleep.
Yeah,
good for him.
Of course, Doctor Sleep isn't about Wayne Sleep. It's about the alcoholic Ewan McGregor.
I mean, his character, we don't know if
his
he's...
character, I don't know, is his relationship with alcohol.
He's Scottish, so probably not healthy.
But of course, the reason we're speaking about it is that it's very clear from this trailer that this movie certainly positioned as a sequel to Kubrick's Shining, which, of course, author Stephen King famously does not like
does not
that
like
adaptation.
But also, so they've either recreated scenes or just lifted scenes from the original The Shining.
They have recreated several scenes. The one scene that they didn't recreate is the blood coming out the elevator. But
that was from the
that
old...
was from the original.
So yeah,
but
so they've literally put in some clips.
But
from it.
Mike
do
Flanagan...
you think we'll see some old lady titties?
I think so.
Yes! Old lady titties are back. That's the best bit about The Shining.
So yeah, director Mike Flanagan met with Stephen King and really wanted him on board to get behind this and how they were going to use...
Did Stephen King not say that he was really happy with the new Pet Sematary adaptation?
Yes.
Yeah, Stephen King's at the stage now he doesn't give a fuck. He's just like, yeah, give me money, bitches. That Pet Sematary film was dog shit. Was fucking... I mean, ironically, it was mostly cats in it, but it was dog shit. If Stephen King's all right with fucking that Pet Sematary film, then frankly, his Imperator means nothing to me.
Hey, listen, it's a big year for Stephen King. He's got It Chapter 2.
Cha-ching.
He's got Doctor Sleep.
Cha-ching.
There's a new series of Mr. Mercedes, the third and final season of Mr. Mercedes coming back.
Cha-ching! I don't know what that is.
Oh, it's Brendan Gleeson. I think you'd like it. It's a kind of crime thing. And The Outsider is going to HBO.
Was that not
a
canon?
TV show.
Oh, that's right. Chris reads books as well.
So, I mean, there's a lot coming up for Stephen King. So, I mean, he's obviously rolling in dough. Mike Flanagan, of course, has previously directed Gerald's Game and the amazing Netflix show, The Haunting of Hill House.
I heard that was good.
So it's really weird seeing this Shining stuff appear in this trailer because it's very much to tie into the Kubrick Shining.
That's the bit that made me go, I'll probably watch this though.
Okay.
Because I don't really care about Doctor Sleep. I don't think the greater public cares. They don't know. They just say, okay, Stephen King, whatever. But if it's like, oh, hey, sequel to Shining, I'm probably going to at least give it a watch out of curiosity.
Yeah.
Which killed the cat, which I then put in a Pet Cemetery.
I worry for you, knowing your relationship to dream sequences. I think a lot of the Shining stuff. I think a lot of the Shining stuff and the stuff in the Overlook Hotel, kind of dreams and sort of flashback stuff. I think
the only sequence I do enjoy is a D-Ream sequence, which is because I think things can only get better.
Which, you know, scientist Brian Cox, who played keyboards in D-Ream, should know that due to Newton's second law of thermodynamics, of course,
things can only get worse.
Things can only get worse.
That's our take. That's our remake of D-Ream's dance pop classic, Things Can Only Get Better. Does that play into Doctor Sleep at all?
No D-Ream sequences in Doctor Sleep.
That's a shame. So are you as a Stephen King fanboy?
Yes.
Yeah, no, you out?
I am in. The book is quite divisive amongst Stephen King fans, but you know, it's a follow-up to The Shining, one of his most successful books. And then obviously like the movie version of The Shining is beloved. So I would have been interested just on that alone, but I mean, Mike Flanagan has me interested because of everything I've seen of his I really like, and visually it looks like a Mike Flanagan movie. Joint.
Okay, cool. So you're in.
Yeah, I'm in.
So obviously, you know, I'm not particularly fussed about Stephen King. The trailer looked quite alright in places and the Shining stuff, but for me, I think the real point that pushed me into a yes, you know, I'll give this a bash. You know, I think I can probably succinctly put it in 3 words: old lady titties. Yeah, you said there's old lady titties gonna be in it. That's what The Shining's all about for me. It's the main 2 reasons to watch it. See some of those crazy, creepy old lady ditties. So today we've had the Joker. We're both in.
Yeah.
Terminator Dark Fate, which we are both, we're in, but and then, Doctor Sleep, we're both in, for pretty much the same reason.
Yes.
So that was another trailer talk.
Bam, bam,
Recommendations this short episode.
Just really quickly want to recommend Mom and Dad, starring Nicolas Cage and Selma Blair, directed by Brian Taylor, one half of the Neville Dean Taylor
I love it.
Directing duo. Super gonzo mentalness. You'll love it. See it now.
Brilliant. I would like to recommend being on holiday on yachts with rich and famous beautiful people. If you can't do that, I guess it sucks to be you.
I recommend using sunblock wisely and stay hydrated, people.
That's great. Guys, thanks again. You can get in touch with us on email at diminishingpod@gmail.com. You can get us on Twitter at diminishingpod. On Facebook, we are Diminishing Returns Podcast, and you can tag us and stuff at Diminishing Returns Pod. On Instagram, we are influencers at Diminishing Pod. And we've got a blog at diminishingpod.wordpress.com. We're on Spotify and all major podcast catchers or apps. But we are an independent podcast. Please, you're listening to this, you know how good we are. Please tell your friends. Point them in the direction of the podcast. Send them a link to the specific show that you think they would dig. Put it on their phone for them if need be. Also, rate us 5 stars wherever you get your podcast, because it helps other people find the show. Guys, as ever, thanks again. Thank you all for all supporting the podcast, and thanks again to all those old lady titties. Here's what I'm saying. I'm saying love is love. I say follow your dream, follow your bliss. If you're not hurting anyone, then just do whatever you want to do. And I think that everyone's on their own journey and you shouldn't judge anyone. Unless they're a fucking clown. In which case, all bets are off, you fucking weirdos. I don't know what your sketch is.